Hi, families, and welcome to a Math for Adults Foundation Math Night. My name is Dr. Andrea Knapp, and I'm the Executive Director of the Math for Adults Foundation. We're excited that you're learning how to bring math into your everyday life and learning activities that you can do at home. I'd like to share with you now some things that you can do in everyday life to help improve your students' achievement that may not have anything to do with math. The first one is have dinner together. It doesn't matter if it's fast food or if the kids are throwing a tater tot at each other. That conversation, cell phones aside, of course, that conversation does a great deal for your children's achievement. Also, feed them breakfast, limit sugar, teach them to yell and tell, of course, to protect themselves. And as you work with them and bring math into your everyday lives, you might be surprised at how they're starting to enjoy math. So I'd like to show you now some ways, some things that will help you in this endeavor. So we'll go into the mapsfoundation.com website that stands for Math for Adults Partnering for Success, mapsfoundation.com. And under Family Resources, you can see some of the things here that you are doing tonight and learning tonight that can help you improve your students' achievement. Of course, you're learning some math, so content knowledge always helps, but you're learning to value your students' strategies and listen to them, as well as sharing your own explanations and help them draw connections between the two. Once they realize that they can think about math and you applaud that thinking, it makes a big difference for the children. All right, knowing that there's more than one way to solve a problem is important for them, and that they can use manipulatives. It doesn't have to just be fingers or dots on a paper. Finally, you can have them do math computer games. They're going to be on the computer games anyway. They might as well be learning their multiplication facts while they're doing it. And I can show you where some of those are on our website. And finally, to support their learning process, it's good if they struggle some, but not too much. So getting that sweet spot in there is really important. Now up here, I'll show you under the math resources, this is where you can enjoy those math computer games. Clicking on math games here, there's some that you can do as single player. You can do them with dual player with grandpa in another state. My kids have done that. It's excellent. Now, here's what will make the biggest difference of all for helping your kids with their achievement, their math achievement, school in general. But this can be harder than a math problem, admittedly. It's your happy home. Look at the benefits for children with low conflict, intact families. There's academic and intellectual performance, physical and mental health, less likely to drop out of school, less likely to suffer from abuse. But that may not be possible for every family. What if we struggle in this area? Well, we do what's best for the kids. We reconcile to the safest point possible. We learn, we get advice from other successful parents. It takes a lot of faith, courage, and discernment. We must be wise as serpents, harmless as doves. Here are some resources as a starting point to help you. Here are parenting articles, articles about parenting teens. Definitely, I need that. Teaching kids about money, helping with bullying, comic book Bible, even some financial advice, among other things. So we hope that you'll take advantage of those things. Also, I'd like to point out we have a blog on our website where I have ideas that arose from my home on how you can bring math into your everyday life. We love our apple cider donuts, so we did problems about that. Math in the pool in the summertime. Football math, tossing a ball and counting by twos or fives or tens or hundreds or halves. You don't always have to start at 2 or 10. You could start at 10 and a half and count by 10. So 10 and a half. And then go on from there, 20 and a half, 30 and a half. It's a fun way to bring math into everyday life. Food is a good one, recipes, shopping, you name it. Now, Here's an example, an activity for you to do to help you to do math at home. I'm going to read you a math problem from the book, The Very Hungry Caterpillar. And these problems you can make them up just like this person did. So let me give you the example. The caterpillar ate 3 plums on Wednesday and 4 strawberries on Thursday. How many fruits did the caterpillar eat? Everybody tell somebody next to you. Did you say 7? Good. Now, you wouldn't have to ask the question that way. You could ask it with the change unknown. The caterpillar ate 3 plums on Wednesday and some plums on Thursday. Now there are 7 fruits. How many were eaten on Thursday? Or you could even leave the start unknown. The caterpillar ate some plums on Wednesday, 4 strawberries on Thursday. Now there are 7 fruits. How many were eaten on Wednesday? Now, if your family's not into plums and strawberries, of course, you change the problem. If your family likes basketball, make the problem about basketball. Include the kids' names in the problems. Put grandpa's name in the problem. Put the principal's, the teacher's names. Change the numbers that match what your children can do. If the numbers are too easy, make them hard. Make them fractions. If they're too hard, make them easier. Adjust it to what your children can handle. So, in your packet that you have at your table, there is a grid with problems to get you started. It's an idea of problems, and then there's a blank grid. So during dinner this evening, you can talk with your family and make up some math problems about your family, and then some of you can share those. All right, now finally, I'd like to just show you how you can get some extra support and help from the Math for Adults Foundation under our math resources. If you scroll down, actually, this one is at the home. If you scroll down, you can see uh, our YouTube channel with lots of math problems worked out that I've done with my classes. So fractions, decimals, percents, proportions, geometry, data, you name it. Lots of videos there for you to look at and some playlists of different levels. Also on our Facebook page, you can keep up with what's happening at the Math for Adults Foundation. And there's actually a MAPS participants group on Facebook that's a group just for participants and people involved with the Math for Adults Foundation, where you can get help from each other or even help from me. If you've got a question where you aren't sure how to solve the problem or aren't sure how to explain something to your children, you can pop on there and join that MAPS participants group. All right. So I do hope you will take advantage of that. Now, also, if you have math questions tonight and you're not sure about how to do something, the facilitator would be happy to help you. There may even be some teachers in the room. So make sure you get your questions answered before you leave. Now, also before you leave, have a look at our upcoming math nights and please fill out our short evaluation. This is at mapsfoundation.com. You can go on your phone and fill out that evaluation. We would greatly appreciate that. And now I'd like to turn it back over to the facilitator. I hope you enjoy your dinner and thank you again for attending a Math for Adults Foundation Math Night. Bye, everybody.